And there's so many folks over here. Maybe, I don't know, 70, 80 people over here right now. And we got to spend time to just go one by one and say, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I do so-and-so, right? How many of you over here are Cerkle users, if you could just let me know? Oh, wow. Yes, so it's everybody nearly.
নমস্কার, আমি পবিশা চট্টোপাধ্যায়। আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত পবিশাস জ্ঞানে। পবিশাস জ্ঞানে আমি বাঙালি ইউথদেরকে এন্টারপ্রেনিউরশিপ আর বিজনেস রিলেটেড মোটিভেশন দিয়ে থাকি। তাছাড়া বিজনেস ইভেন্টে কভার করে থাকি। যেমন আজকের বিজনেস ইভেন্টে আমরা এসেছি বিইতে, বেঙ্গলস এন্টারপ্রেনিউরস ইকোসিস্টেমের। আপনারা সবাই আসুন, আমরা দেখি ভিতরে কি হচ্ছে, পিচ কতগুলো হচ্ছে, কে কে গেস্ট এসেছে এবং গেস্টরা বিজনেস সম্বন্ধে, এন্টারপ্রেনিউরশিপ সম্বন্ধে, ইনভেস্টমেন্ট সম্বন্ধে কি বলছে। আর তাছাড়া এরপর থেকে আপনারা পবিশাস জ্ঞান বাংলাতে ছাড়া হিন্দি আর ইংলিশও পাবেন। তাহলে আমরা একটু ভিতরে চলি, আসুন।
We are nearly 4,000 people, different groups. Every day someone is posting something. I want to do this, I want to do that. It is practically not possible, humanly possible for us also to push everything. I can't see the WhatsApp all the time, like all this while the phone is in my pocket, right? So we were getting a lot of times where, you know, there are credible people, someone is posting in group 1, another person is then in group 4, and that would have been a great match, and that match was not happening. And we have got a solution for that, again by a fellow BEE member who has built an app specifically for BEE. It's called Cerkle app. So please go ahead.
Wow, thanks. You actually mentioned the entire pain point of what was going on. Thank you so much for the introduction. So I guess first of all, before I start off, so how are everything going? I was pretty inspired by listening to your conversation about Silicon Valley, Palo Alto, and like I think every person building tech out of even the city of Joy aspired to actually know more about these stories, so no doubt. And I think that kind of an idea a couple of years back faced a very big pain point, to be very honest. That is, we go to these networking meetings, right? And there's so many folks over here. Maybe, I don't know, 70, 80 people over here right now. And we got to spend time to just go one by one and say, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I do so-and-so, right? So, humanly even, it's not possible for me to go up and talk to everybody. And not necessarily that, you know, there's synergy all the time. Time needs to be optimized, and for that we thought, let's build a solution, right? It was a problem we faced, we thought, let's building a solution. And I think that buzz was built out of that notion that, you know, just tap on your phone, find people who are around you, give a small little one-liner saying why you're here, and voila, magic happens. Before I actually start off, I just like to ask you, how many of you over here are Cerkle users, if you could just let me know? Oh, wow. Yes, so it's everybody nearly. So wow, great. I know that a lot of you have been calling me and been asking me multiple stuff about, you know, like how to operate things and all of that. So for that reason, you know, there's a small little video I'd like to kickstart with. Shurjabo, could you maybe, roll it up right after this video actually, so that once I explain to you guys what all we can do with Cerkle, because my job over here is to make your life easier, okay? And that's the biggest reason why all of us are building the platform. So I'll be opening the floor to questions, and you can ask me any sort of questions that are there. So yeah, feel free, go bonkers. Yeah, just one second. Yeah, so I know that was a brief 1 minute on everything. So I'd like to get in with actually the integral part about the pain point that Srinivas has already mentioned. I believe Urunda has been talking about this for a very long period of time and discussing on that, right? So many WhatsApp groups we have, right? And organizing that entire information in one single stream was becoming difficult. And a very simple example of that is, say for example, that you today are, say for example, looking for a co-founder, right? And you posted that in one of the BE groups. Right after that, maybe somebody posted that, hey, if you're hosting this event, and 10 people then start messaging on top of it. Your post, your message that you mentioned that you want a co-founder, it's gone. Most of the time, what happens is that it'll be lost in the pile of messages that's coming in WhatsApp. Information needed to be streamlined, and I don't know, being 7 years starting from college till today, I think building a community is what we figured out was that we've been using these platforms, right, for so long that I've got nostalgic value associated with Facebook. The reason being that it was part of my school life when we were growing up. But again, the thing is we're so enrooted with all of these platforms that we were trying to utilize these platforms for all and every needs that we were having. But again, one very big saying was this that, okay, there's no other platform to do it, so we're going to do it with it. Why not do it yourselves? So that's something with which we came up with Cerkle. So let's get on to the pointers, I think, which everybody is looking forward to. Shudavo, could someone go to the video and just put on the first part and just keep on pause now? Yeah, thank you. So with onboarding on Cerkle, right, I know a lot of you have been asking me questions, how to onboard and what to do overall. So it's a very simple process, right? You need to just sign up with either a Google or an Apple account if you're using on iOS, and so the basic point is it's very simple to onboard onto Cerkle. You just need to give a Google account and voila, you're there. A couple of details, first name, last name, and picture of yours. The DP matters a lot. A lot of people ask me this question that can I proceed without a profile picture? Unfortunately, you can't, because we want to keep the platform as genuine as possible. So giving your own profile picture takes a long way in terms of networking. And now moving on, after that you get onto your screen where you can have the access to join a community, right? So considering the part that you're part of BE, so you need to just go to the drop down, select Bengal Entrepreneurs Ecosystem, and you can just put in a Gmail ID of yours to verify with the code. Again, a lot of people ask me this question, again clarifying on that. People ask me that community email, right? So what is a community email? Technically, what happens is there are multiple communities on Cerkle where there are entry barriers, okay? Like we're enabling college campuses right now in 3 campuses here in Calcutta, expanding to around 7 to 8 by the end of the year. So the point is there are entry barriers because we want to keep the circle as tight as possible. So again, for BE, you can give any Gmail ID and that would work perfectly for you. You get a code on your Gmail and then you move on to the next screen where you need to pay a subscription, a very minimal subscription we've kept of 11 rupees a month, and we're partnered with Razorpay, so your payments are all secured through their platform overall. Once you're there and it's done, voila, welcome to the BE community. So that's one very big, I think, element over here to talk about. Once you land into the community segment, right, the one very important part of it is how you utilize it. And I know that today I'm getting a bit into more serious stuff. I'm mostly very chill with most of the details we talk about. But the thing is this, I want to help you understand this, that nothing happens by magic, okay? Even Harry Potter had to stumble a couple of roadblocks to get into 9 3/4. So as you build your LinkedIn, or as you build your Instagram, right, you also need to build your Cerkle, to be very honest. You need to spend time over there. Like, first of all, you can post normal, written posts, blogs, as well as small video content. We've seen the growth trajectory of small video content going so up. So 1-minute videos, and this is one challenge I'd like to give to all of you, if you're interested, that is. That is, in order to make networking even more efficient, what we're doing, and I think Apurva, you already gave one video yesterday, right? So she already started it off. So why don't you guys, within the next week, post a 1-minute video on Cerkle saying who you are, what you do, and what you're looking forward to. And what happens, then we get a directory of folks. And what happens is people can network and get to know you better. It just breaks the ice more effectively. And just once you post in the caption, give your name and give a hashtag that, building whatever your company name is, so that it's efficient for us to map it out. So yeah, any sort of normal post you can do on Cerkle, right? That's the easy part about things. Now tell me something, how many of you over here are business owners? How many of you? A lot, right? Mostly. And is there anybody who's wanting to start their business, getting inspired, listening to stories? Anybody? Wow, great, amazing. So I think this brings me to the next part of this discussion about how to grow your Cerkle, how to make the most out of it, right? So there's this segment inside Cerkle called directories. Okay. If you guys have the application, you can open it up. It's there in the tab section itself, and you'll be able to see a list of all companies, right? We're actually working it out right now. Not all companies are there, but most companies that are going to be, listed over here is going to be a finder for you, a lead generation tool. You list your company, and obviously the admins will verify all the details so that we keep it what do you call the spam-free space. And then what happens once your company gets listed, you can, give details as is. And again, one more question I'd like to answer over here. While listing of companies, I know the form was very exhaustive for the first set of people who onboarded, and a lot of people told me that I don't want to disclose certain set of information. But let's just be very frank about it. It's very simple. You're giving your pitch deck to an investor and asking them to sign an NDA, right? You can't expect to go a long way like that. Got to change that kind of perception. Again, if you don't feel free to share that kind of information, you're free not to do so. But if you want leads to be generated, right, you should put in the information over there, because other fellow BE members, right, can get to see your business stats. There are multiple investors as well in the community who might want to invest in your startup or your company as a whole. Or you might just be able to grow your business, looking at statistics about who, say for example, you're looking for a digital marketing company, right? So maybe Influpon's page is listed on Cerkle. So you'll be able to go over there, see who they're working with, what they got to say about their services, so you can make a much more informed decision, right? As to whether to partner with this person over another. And more companies that I want to pop in, it's going to work like a Google search engine, okay, where essentially you write down tech services, the person with the best ratings and best goodwill. We believe in faith ecosystem, right? So basically we believe that if you're doing a good job, you should be rewarded for it. And the Cerkle ecosystem is looking forward to enabling folks in terms of scaling this up. So the more better work you do, the more better connections you make, the more higher discoverability you'll have in that segment. So you make the most out of it, I'd say. Now an interesting part. So you see that screen, right, over here, where you get to see all folks who are there on Cerkle overall. Even it's pointed out over there. There's a segment called Connects, where essentially right now in WhatsApp, what happens is this: people have their phone numbers, right? And again, 1,000 folks, I don't know everybody, and what happens is this, that it's very difficult to even get to know most people. So what you want to do is just go to the Connect segment, wherever the videos of So you want to go to the Connect segment and you can find out people, you can see their faces, you can see what they do, and what happens, even if you can't, I think people can just open the app and can figure it out for themselves, So that's again another very exciting tool. And again, fast forward to it, we've got a marketplace segment inside the community. You can post your products, services, as well as a very big pain point I think I as a startup founder face is hiring. Okay, like first of all, we're low on capital, low on cash most of the times when building for the first phase, and we need a lot of interns. Okay, so Cerkle is opening up its student circles in multiple campuses here in Calcutta. Currently in 3 campuses, by the end of the year in 7 to 8. So if you're posting a job, it's my duty to distribute it to most of the folks down there, and hopefully you'll get a lot of leads. And it's gonna actually help us all out. So what I'm saying is this: focus a bit more, build out your circle. As I mentioned, let's participate in the program to give that video out, okay? And then also we'll be opening up the Google form again for your companies to get listed onto our listing platform. Obviously, like for people who are paying subscription, there's a long way to go, because we believe there's a lot of stories to tell, a lot of business to be made, and a lot of networking to be done. And with that, I'm not going to say much anymore. I think this is the very basic understanding, and you guys should go in and tap every button that's there, okay, and see what's going on, so that you figure it out, and more questions will come and I'll be answering that. I'll open the floor to questions, okay, because I think I mentioned a lot of information.
I think any more questions will be here. He'll be here for a while. So he'll be here.
Sure, you can connect with me. That's fine.
Number also will be there. So I want all of you to get on. We are all there to help. So thank you so much, Rahul, for the great job.
নমস্কার, আপনাদের এই ভিডিওটি কেমন লাগলো অবশ্যই জানাবেন। অবশ্যই লাইক, শেয়ার এবং সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দেন এবং ফলো করে দেবেন, এবং নিজেদের যত ফ্রেন্ডস অ্যান্ড রিলেটিভস আছে তাদেরকে বলবেন। যারা ব্যবসা করতে চায় তাদেরকে অবশ্যই জানাবেন, কোনো ব্যবসার জন্য যেন আমরা আবার উদ্যোগী হই, ব্যবসা করি, সেটা সব থেকে বড় কথা। আমরা আছি ব্রিটিশরা। আজকের মতো চলি।